All my friends, they have like this body image that everybody wants to be, and like people on TV, they see them and they're just like, oh, I want to look just like them, and I'm going to go on a diet at like age 12 and 13, 14. It's kind of crazy.
Having workshops like this is really important because if they're off in their classrooms, these kind of issues aren't really going to come up, and if they do, it's just kind of shoved under the rug immediately. So giving them an opportunity to actually vent about this stuff and tell somebody, I think, is really important for them.
Well, you guys were saying something about how, like, when you look in the mirror, like, even if, like, you don't really look that way, you might think you look that way. And so I think that that's what happens. A lot of people will think that they're really fat or something because they're, like, a size 2.
One of my friends was anorexic for, like, a month, and she's just, like, as skinny as can be already. And, like, she wanted to be even thinner because her boyfriend called her fat.
Body image, like they were totally shocked by the fact that you can gain weight with anorexia, and they were shocked by that Barbie was so distorted.
And I learned that not everyone's the same and that we're different and not perfect. And like the Barbie thing, that like what you think that something is, it's not really that, like it can turn to be something different.
And then we kind of talked about subliminal messaging, where you're getting these messages without even realizing it. Playing with Barbie when you're growing up, you're absorbing information, and then it comes back later in life, and you don't plan on that. You don't read it in a textbook and say like, I'm going to think about this later. It just happens, and it definitely happens when you're watching TV and when you're flipping through magazines.
One of the biggest subliminal messages that we thought was really important was the Pepsi commercial with Britney Spears in it, and the way that kids would just look at it and be like, oh mom, I saw Britney Spears in a Pepsi commercial, I want Pepsi. And it's totally right. Like they are so affected by the media, they believe it and they want to be like celebrities.
She thinks she's like pretty much all that, and she can do whatever, like all the guys want her, and not really. She thinks that, and it just like gives her confidence. I know she doesn't really have that much. She like wants to think she does, so that's what she does to get attention.
I think the media affects young people by the way that they advertise things, and they definitely make you look at yourself in a different light. Like when we were showing the pictures of the different celebrities, they definitely, like when we got to small groups, they definitely commented on it. They're like, wow, I didn't know Jessica Simpson looked like that without makeup.
And I don't think a lot of young kids realize when they see celebrities being spokespeople for something that the only reason they're doing that is because they're getting paid a lot of money. They'll say, oh wow, this person like this, so it's awesome, I should get this. And that's not true. Parents are a little naive as well as to why their teens are wanting this kind of stuff. And they're like, oh, I let my kid watch 5 hours of TV a day, why is this happening? Mm-hmm. It's all the ads that they're getting.
It's really happening, what's really going on. They definitely don't realize it until they're older. And even when you get older, you're still affected by it. The one thing I want them to walk away with is to know that they're not alone, and they are going all through this all together, and everybody feels the same way, and everybody feels bad about themselves at one point, and that they are not alone.
Yeah, I won't think of my body as so bad now. I'll try to be like more positive about things.
I just hope that having them being able to talk about it also is, I want them to go out and want to talk to other people about it as well, because it shouldn't just happen now and then they don't ever get to talk about it again.
I think she needs to be talked to about stuff. Like, she doesn't realize how much this could be a problem for her when she gets older.
When Project Aware came in, I was like immediately drawn to it. Like, this is what I want to do for work when I get out of college. I want to inspire and motivate people to change what they see in the media, and I want to like make sure that they know that I have a story too, and I want to get my story out there and make people believe in themselves. And that's what I want to do with my life.
More intimate workshops like this are a lot more effective than having the whole school come into assembly, because nobody is going to open up in front of their whole school, especially about subjects that are as touchy as eating disorders and how you feel about yourself. No one's going to stand up and say, "Oh, I think that I have this negative image of myself and I need to change it." So again, it's about the students being able to talk to somebody about it and actually having the opportunity. So I think Project Aware is definitely helping a lot with that.